Morocco against Botswana. The quarterfinals begins today. What are you expecting from the host nation?
This is the stage whereby the real business starts in the
Yes.
AFCON, the Women African Cup of Nations.
Mm-hmm.
And at this stage, nobody wants to leave no stone unturned. Morocco being topping their group with winning all the group games.
Yes.
The last one, they defeated Senegal 1-0.
1-0.
After beating Burkina Faso and also Uganda.
Mm-hmm.
And being the host, Morocco have the upper hand here compared to the Botswanans who came
Yes.
third in their own group after not a good performance from them. So in this one, nothing is expected much more from Botswana. From my own point of view, actually, I see Morocco beating them and moving to the semi-final stage and being the host as well. I'm not actually expecting any miracle from Botswana right now.
Okay.
The fact that they didn't have good competition in the quarterfinal in the group stage.
Group stage.
The morale is high in the Moroccans camp right now. Winning all the group games. So I'm actually not expecting anything much more than a win from the Moroccans.
Okay, if Morocco against Botswana is an easy call in terms of giving it to Morocco as the favorite for this, the next one definitely will be a bit difficult. The other quarterfinal fixture is between Zambia and Senegal. And for Zambia, the Copper Queens, as they are known, they were quite impressive, having 7 points from a possible 9. And you look at Senegal as well, 6 points. They're also a decent side from what we've seen in the group stages. So what do you expect? Zambia against Senegal. There's a it's the quarterfinal, a semi-final berth, in place, and more importantly, it's all about that World Cup ticket because all 4 semi-finalists will be at the World Cup in terms of automatic qualification. Zambia, Senegal, what are you expecting?
Yeah, this Zambia Senegal is much more balanced compared to the Morocco
Botswana game. Yes.
At this stage, these two teams actually they know what is at stake. They know the World Cup ticket is actually the icing on the cake, apart from you having a good performance in the competition. So I expect both camps to do their homework, and this is a quarterfinal whereby nobody, any lose right now, you'll be sent packing.
Exactly.
I expect it to be a lot more competitive than the Moroccan game, and it can go anywhere. Don't be surprised if we get to witness the first penalty shootout of the
tournament. Okay, you've just talked about how competitive it will be, but let me put you on the spot. Who do you think nicks this on the back of what we've seen over the course of 3 games from both sides in terms of the group stages?
I'll be rooting for the Zambians when they
for the Zambians to come through. Let's see how that pans out. Let's still talk about women's football, but this time around on the continent of Europe, and that's about the women's Euros taking place right about now. We have Group C matches today. You have Netherlands against Portugal, and this group is interesting because all 4 teams have a point apiece, courtesy of the draws they were able to play out in their opening matches rather. So there's also play for going into the second match, which is today. You have Netherlands against Portugal. Let's start from there. Netherlands, Portugal. Netherlands are the defending champions. What do you expect?
Just like you said, we shouldn't take the fact that Netherlands are actually the defending champion of this competition.
Yes.
Even though it's still a balanced game for the 4 teams in this group, because they both played they both played draw in their
first matches.
But one thing we should all look forward to is that Portugal were actually 2 goals down in the first game against
Switzerland and recovered.
They came back from the dead to equalize. If they can take this momentum from that last game, then trust me, they will definitely give Netherlands a run for their money. But this is football, and we all know that anything can happen. But in this game, I'm not expecting to see a one-sided game, that involves England and
Norway.
Yes. 2 days ago. So I'm expecting a balance game based on the fact that they both know that they have a clean stake. They both have 1 point, and I expect both teams to go all out and to give their all to get a 3 points.
Okay, let's look at
I'm actually rooting for the Netherlands.
Netherlands, okay.
The Portuguese are coming into this game with.
Okay. Let's look at the other game, in this group, Sweden against Switzerland. You talked about, the Portuguese coming back from 2 goals down against Switzerland in the first match. For Switzerland, they scored 2 goals within the space of 3 minutes. The first 5 minutes of that game against Portugal, they were 2 goals up, but, loss of concentration. They considered 2 goals to end that match in a stalemate. So, against Sweden, a more formidable team than, Portugal in terms of, pedigree in the game of football for women. Are you expecting the same of the same, or Sweden will probably be too much of, an opposition and overwhelm Switzerland?
I don't want to sound biased right now based on the fact that, whether we like it or not, the male football is quite different from the female football.
Yes.
It's now the job of the coach to actually bring back, to bring up the ladies, the Switzerland coach right now, because you're leading 2 goals and giving up these 2 goals within 2 minutes will actually affect their cycle. It will affect them psychologically. So it is now left for the coach and the coaching crew to bring them up from this because it's more like a 2-point loss to them than
exactly
1.1. So and just like you said, they are playing a more formidable Sweden team. In terms of pedigree, the Sweden is there. So I'm sure the Swedish team will want to capitalize on this psychological down that the psychological
disadvantage
that Switzerland actually experienced in the first game. It is so how do I put it now? It is it is not welcoming that you lost 2 goals and you consider
it's
2
not
goals
encouraging
in the space of 3 minutes.
Yes.
So in this context now, I hope Sweden will actually capitalize on this, and I also want to see a competitive game whereby the Switzerland coaching crew
do not fold up.
Will bring back their girls from the mental meltdown that actually caused them the 2 goals in the
first
game.
match.
I'm actually looking forward to a much more attacking game from Sweden. But let's see how Switzerland respond to this, and I hope there's going to be a great game also.
Yes, well, it will be intriguing to see because the Swedish are also one of those underdogs when it comes to winning the title. You can't just put them at the back corner. So let's see how that pans out. Anyways, let's delve quickly into the markets. Remember, the transfer window is on. The preseason has started as well, and clubs are making moves. Some are signing players in terms of extension. Others are trying to purchase new players or offload players, as it were. Manchester City have been busy in the market from Erling Haaland, who signed up with the club even prior to the conclusion of last season, to other players coming in like Julian Alvarez and what have you. The latest about Manchester City is that Rodri has signed a 5-year contract extension with the club. What do you make of this extension, considering his impact with Manchester City? 151 games since he made his club record fee at the time in 2019, talking about £62.8 million to City. What do you make of the extension, and how vital is he to City's project right there at the Etihad Stadium? He's just 26 years old.
It is it is important for Pep Guardiola to tie down Rodri. You don't forget the veteran Fernandinho actually left at the end of last season.
Yes.
So he cannot afford to lose an experienced and established member of the team in the same position that Rodri Fernandinho actually
left. Yes.
Yes, Fernandinho leaving. So he can't afford to have another player leaving. It will actually expose the back line. We know the importance of Rodri in that team. He's a very vital and important player for them. A good one for Pep Guardiola and the Citizens. 5-year contract. They tied him down to a long-term contract whereby they can actually plan for other positions and which needs to be replaced. It's a good thing for them and a good one for them also.
Okay, just before I let you go, we have to talk about this. It's a bit controversial, it must be said, but it's something that won't go away. Remember, about a year ago, roughly a year ago, just a little over a year ago, we had that breakaway league known as the European Super League, where 12 top teams from Europe decided to break away from UEFA to have their own Champions League and what have you. A league format that would have disrupted the waters of European football. And while it seemed like, that was dead on arrival, considering the fans throughout, in support of UEFA and domestic football, that case is still in court because 3 of the breakaway 12 clubs decided to still push for it. You have Real Madrid, you have Barcelona, and you have Juventus. All 3 are still, pushing for it. Now, it's in court.
Yeah.
And the latest about this is the clubs have accused the UEFA of monopolizing football. And
Exactly.
what do you make of the whole legal tussle, really, between the European Super League as well as UEFA in terms of European football?
Yeah, the report reaching us this week is that the European Court of Justice in Luxembourg will be hearing this case. As you mentioned, that the Super League, the European Super League, has actually accused UEFA and FIFA of monopolizing
the game of football.
Football in a commercial way. The one thing I'm taking out of this is that the Super League have a big battle on their hand to win this case.
Okay.
Because according to the process of the European government, they have actually backed UEFA. And also the domestic league are also in support of UEFA. So if they want to win this, they need to they need to convince this government. They need to convince the domestic league. If they can have the support of this domestic league, trust me, they will have their way. But as it stands right now, UEFA they have all the tools, all the resources to win this thing, irrespective. If you can remember, last, if I'm not mistaken, I think in April or so, UEFA actually won at the Madrid court against the Super League. So they won an injunction against the Super League at the Madrid court. So in this case, they need to do their homework. I don't know where. I know they've done a lot of consultation.
Apparently, Fiorentino Perez pushing.
You have the right to win this, but trust me, you need the participants, you need the clubs. What actually gave them the opportunity in the first place is the 12 European
clubs.
The league. But in this case, most of them actually backed down. So they are left all alone. Juventus, Real Madrid, and Barcelona are the front runner of the Super League. I don't know how they want to do this because they don't have the support of their colleagues. They don't have the support of
other teams.
I don't see where this is going to lead to. It's going to be a long battle for the European Super League. But it is in the court, so we have to do the judgment to the lawyers, to those people that are in tune with the laws of the game.
Okay.
I don't see them winning this as at right now.
Okay, let's see how it pans out. We have something similar in the world of golf as well, where the 54 Invitational Series is also battling with the PGA Tour, and that's right now also going the legal way in terms of the dominant tours having to stifle competition, among other things. I'm sure with time there will be clarity if the European Super League will be a reality or not. Remember, the European Super League promised to dish out or roll out $321 million to the participating teams, and that's so much money to go around in terms of some of these clubs and how they go about their businesses.